Hi, welcome to Backyard Basics. I'm Tricia Shire and we're filming here in my backyard at Lake Austin Spa Resort. We're planting the fall winter garden right now. I love planting in the winter because we have more rain generally. We have fewer insect problems. There's not as much heat. So it's easy to grow lettuce and greens that don't survive in our summers in Texas. We pick lettuce fresh every day and serve it immediately. The wonderful greens and herbs that we can grow in the winter, like cilantro, that just don't survive in summer heat, make winter a time to really look forward to in the garden. Some of the other plants that we do well with in the winter garden are the kales and other greens like collards, mustard greens, and the Chinese cabbages are also very successful. We have a variety of cauliflowers. There's the beautiful Veronica romanesco that's a chartreuse green and a pyramid shape that's very exotic looking. We also grow orange cauliflower and purple cauliflower. Garden vegetables are certainly useful, but there's no reason they can't be beautiful as well. We plant our gardens to have a mixture of colors and textures. We have a number of edible flowers like nasturtiums and dianthus, violas. All of these flowers, when grown organically, are great to harvest and put on a salad. You can keep planting lettuce and greens easily until February. These need about 4 to 6 weeks to produce a crop, so you need to get them in before we start getting into really hot temperatures. And you can even extend the season of harvest a little bit by providing them shade when we do start to get into warmer temperatures. We don't actually harvest heads of lettuce. We cut leaves off around the base of each plant. We keep harvesting the same lettuce plants until generally late March and early April. I'm a big fan of the multiplier or bunching onions. These onions don't produce mature onions. They won't make a large onion. They're just harvested for green onions. They die back in the summertime and then in the fall they magically reappear. Usually they're a little bit crowded at that point, so we need to dig them up and divide them. And then when you're ready to harvest onions, you pull up a clump, put the rest back, it grows into another clump. So we harvest green onions all winter long. We do harvest these winter plants a lot, so we do have to feed them in order to keep them really healthy. And one of the big things that we use is seaweed. We buy powdered seaweed and then we mix it and then we spray our garden every 2 to 3 weeks to keep things healthy. And I also find that we have fewer insect problems when we have them fed with a regular dose of seaweed. We'll also add some compost tea on a regular basis to that mix. There are some pests that we have to worry about in the winter garden. Caterpillars are one of the worst, and those are easily controlled with BT. BT breaks down very quickly in sunlight, so you may have to reapply it frequently. And make sure you're using fresh BT because it doesn't store for a long time. It also should be kept cool, so it's best if you keep that inside rather than in the shed or the garage. Spinosad is another thing that can be used to control caterpillars and many other crawling insects. But you do need to be mindful that and neem are very toxic to bees when the foliage is wet. So don't spray these when bees are actively foraging. Another issue with spinosad is that it is toxic to fish. So if you have a fish pond, you want to be very careful about using it where the spray will fall into the pond or the runoff from the spray might fall into the pond or in a stream or river and kill the fish. Deer are a constant issue at Lake Austin Spa. We use rebar hoops. We fasten deer netting over those, and we use binder clips just like you get at the office supply store. And the binder clips allow us to slide the netting up and then slide it back down, and then we pin the netting down in location so that the deer don't push it up themselves. For Backyard Basics, I'm Tricia Shire. Thanks for watching.